So dito, analyze. Then after that, click again yung regression, then linear. Diba dito na-input nyo, no? Sa statistics, ito lang yung i-click mo sa yung statistics na box. Diba dito sa confidence, I think naka-unclick sa inyo. I-click nyo ulit. I-click nyo ulit yung confidence interval. Ito lang, ito lang. Sige, habol ka na lang later, mama. How about the others? Can you follow? Hello? How about the others? Can you follow after me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Itong confidence interval. Then click continue.
Continue.
Okay, ganyan na. Then after that, click OK. Then mapuproduce siya ng panibagong tables. I think same pa rin yung R-square natin, no? 1.20.
Oo.
0.120.
0.120, sir.
Okay.
0.120.
Then yung coefficient pa, meron kayong 95 confidence interval, lower at saka upper bound. Tingnan niyo ulit.
Yes.
Na-change
Yes,
sir.
Okay, na-change na siya because we click the confidence interval. I will explain this later on, ano ang kinalaman nito when we interpret the model, coefficient model. Okay? Ito yung, okay, tingin muna. Okay? I will copy muna itong confidence interval. Dali, balik tayo doon sa table. Dali lang Dali lang talaga. Dali lang Same pa rin yung Durbin-Watson na wala tayong problem sa autocorrelation. Dali lang Okay. Okay, ito na. So ang gawin mo lang, what can you see now? Hindi ko sinama yung constant kasi nga optional yan. Okay? Wala siyang bearing sa interpretation natin. Ito. Ilagay mo yung 1. I think nalagay ko na, no? 1.960. Do we have same results sa standardized coefficient? How about the others? Do we have same results? 1.960.
Alarm fatigue.
Mao gyapon sa alarm fatigue.
Nalahi
Sa alarm
ako, sir.
fatigue. Okay.
1.9.
Pareha, sir.
1.960.
660.
O roughly 1.9 or at least kasi we have at least 2 to 3 decimal points. Halos similar lang tayo, no? We have SE means standard error. So dito sa note kasi naglalagay tayo ng note, no, to explain the some of the acronyms here. Like SE, what do you mean by that? Yung gi-abbreviate natin, that is your standard error. F, as per the APA rule, kailangan natin ilagay. Saan galing yung F nga? Answer me. Saan galing itong table? Anong table?
ANOVA, sir.
ANOVA po.
ANOVA.
Okay, very good. Then, bakit R squared ang ginamit ko? Bakit? Bakit R squared? Value. Kasi?
Kay simple
linear.
Simple linear naman siya, sir. Isa lang ka-IV, isa lang ka-DV.
Very good. Correct. Okay. Ano pa yun? Tapos, anong meaning nito pag meron tayong isang asterisk, no? P daw is less than 0.05. Ibig sabihin, pag isang asterisk lang, may ano yan may meaning yan, hindi lang siya design lang. Pag isang asterisk, ibig sabihin, significant siya pag ang ginamit natin na alpha level is 0.05. So, any p-value that is less than 0.05, significant siya. Yun yung meaning ng isang may asterisk na yan. Pag dalawang asterisk, ibig sabihin significant siya if ang p-value niya is less than 0.01, no? Pag 0.001, tatlong asterisk. So usually we use an alpha level of 0.05. So isang asterisk lang pwede mong ilagay diyan. Okay? Ibig sabihin, in some other institution, ang ginagawa nila significant if p is less than 0.05. Ganun ang ginagawa nila. Actually, pareho lang din yun pag ang sinulat mo sa footnote is p is less than 0.05 then asterisk. Parang pinaliit mo lang yung phrase na significant significant if p-value is less than 0.05. Do you understand? Do you understand the meaning of this p is less than 0.05 then asterisk? Naintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, again na, ang meaning yan, significant daw siya if p is less than 0.05. Okay? So, ganun yon. I highlighted already yung kailangan natin i-interpret. Sir, ano ibig sabihin ng 95 confidence interval na ito? Okay, now, we will interpret the yung hypothetical natin na title, no? I mean, the study variables here. Okay. Look at the p-value here. Look at the p-value. What is your p-value? Same ba tayo? What is your p-value here?
0.003, sir.
Okay, very good. 0.003.
0.0.
Yung tanong kasi, yung number 4, ano nga yung ano natin? SOP number 5, kung naka-influence ba ang alarm fatigue sa work role functioning, di ba? Yun yung tanong. Okay? Nakaka-influence ba? Whereafter with the test of influence. That is the question that we need to answer by using the regression table. Okay. Yung 0.003 ba, significant or not significant? Answer me. Yung 0.003 ba, significant or not significant?
Significant,
Significant,
sir.
sir.
Significant. So, ibig sabihin, nakaka-influence ba yung alarm fatigue sa work role functioning? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The answer is yes. Now, ngayon,
Yes.
there are two types of significance here sa statistics. No? The common type of significance, siguro naririnig niyo is always looking at the p-value. Okay? That is what we call statistical significance. Nasa statistical significance. Sometimes we need to corroborate with other test statistics, no? If you can see here, meron tayong 95% confidence interval. Meron tayong lower bound at saka upper bound. Okay? Madali lang ito maintindi. I will give you some tips, no? Kapag yung lower bound ay right ear LB and the other one upper bound or UB, asa man na siya makita, nara diri sa SPSS. 0.675, do we have same results? At saka yung UB 3.246. Kindly look at your results.
Same, sir.
Okay. Kapag yung value niya naging positive, no? Halos sila positive 6.675, positive 3.246. Kapag pareho sila ng sign, ibig sabihin, oy, totoo nga, significant nga totoo nga yung sinabi ni p-value. That is the implication. So what if naging negative ito? No, naging negative, tapos yung isa positive. Hypothetically lang. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya significant kahit sinabi ni p-value na significant. Naintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Siya yung confirmatory. Okay? Siya yung nagsusupport pa kay p-value. Okay, dapat kasi nag-a-align. Kung anong sinabi ni p-value, align din dito sa, let's say ang p-value mo 0.003 pa rin, no? Tapos naging negative ito. Tapos sa kabila naging negative. Example lang hypothetically, negative ito. So is this okay pa rin ba? The answer is okay kasi magkapareho sila ng sign. Intindihin niya, dapat yung tandaan, dapat magkapareho sila ng sign, mapa-negative or positive, para masuportahan ang pagiging consistent ni p-value, ang kanyang what we call this statistical significance. Okay? Do you understand? So you need to look at the sign. You need to look at the sign lang sige, good.
Sir,
So now
excuse
we
me,
will
sir.
interpret. Yes, what is your question?
Sir, saan po nakuha yung 0.675, sir?
Dito sa, 'di ba, meron tayo ito na screenshot ko. Meron dito 95% confidence interval. We have lower bound at saka upper bound.
Upper bound.
Dito sa second row sa AF log 10, no? Ayan, 0.675 yung isa, 0.3246. How about the others? Pareho ba tayo ng results?
Sir, wala akong ganyan, sir.
Lahi ako,
Nasa
sir.
akin, sir. Walang confidence,
'Di ba? Sabi ko nga, i-click nyo itong ito, 'di ba? Sabi ko, i-click nyo itong confidence interval. Kindly check if na-click. Ito, confidence interval. Recheck your linear regression statistics.
Confidence interval.
Di ba pinaulit ko siya ipaklik itong confidence interval. How about the others? May nakakuha ba? Kindly give me a thumbs up.
Iba ang
Meron,
numbers ko,
sir.
sir.
Meron, how about? Sino yung meron? Ipakitaas.
Sir,
Sino yung
na-click ko na yung confidence interval, sir, pero wala pa rin siyang ano.
Dali lang.
Iba ang results ko, sir.
Ano yung results mo?
Iba yung number, sir. Like sa unstandardized coefficients, yung mga ano, sir, is...
Can you, ang tawag dito? I will stop sharing mo na ha. Kasi I'm leading to interpretation. Can you share your screen? Your screen, yes.
Ano muna ako, sir? Join muna ako sa laptop, sir, ha?
Sino pa yon yung isa? Si ma'am.
Okay na sa akin, sir.
Okay na? Hanapin
sir.
niyo sa baba. Baka sa baba siya na-display. Oh my God, nag-brown out dito. Dali lang. Nag-brown out dito. Sandali lang I need to have internet. Connect muna ako sa phone. Dali lang Pag may brown out.
Puro alpha. Kanya ang maganda, tama lang ito. Ayun, puro dugan ba?
Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Brown out sa mo. Kailan na pa niyo kung na pa internet ba? Ako lagi connect. How about your connection there? Are you still okay? Dali lang. Sino yung may problem?
Ako, sir. Dana Dotimas.
Okay na ta.
Asking to join pa ko, sir, sa laptop.
Asking to join. How about si ma'am ikaw na lang isa, no? Okay na daw tong isa-isa. Sige. Sige, pag-join na. Sige daw, ma'am. I-present mo ha. Ma'am Dana.
Wala pa siya na join, sir. Still trying to get in. Please wait until a meeting host brings you into the call.
In daw, sabi. Wala may lain lang ha. Wala may lain na kuan. Nag-join.
I-click na ko usab, sir, ha? Wait lang.
Sige daw. Lihog ko. Running Sige daw, ma'am. Usaba daw. Sa imo ha, ma'am. Kasi ganito, ang isa na problem kanina. Si ma'am, I forgot the name. Isa to ganina, na okay, na bagulan na okay.
Ay, ako, sir.
Asan mo siya
Geraldine.
nakita? Sa taas o sa baba?
Ay, gibalik lang na ako siya click sa katuganing ko, sir. Katong, gi-click lang ako siya balik, sir, tapos continue, tapos appear na siya, sir.
Ito ha. So, kindly, din. How about kay Ma'am Dotimas?
Waiting daw siya for approval nimo, sir, para maka-join.
Wala lagi. Wala mo nag-pop out kung ano sa name? Ito. See if I check the screen. Wala man nag-ano. Wala lagi nag-join. I check all the students here. Wala man. Kasi pangalan to famous. Wala man. Nag-join ka, ma'am? Wala lagi. Hello, ma'am. Dotimas.
Nag-leave siya sa ano, sir, tablet. Kaya nag-join siya sa laptop. Pero nag-waiting daw siya na i-approve ni mo.
Wala lagi. Dali lang yun na. Wala man. Hindi na ko siya makita sa ano. I don't know what is happening sa Gmeet ko. Minsan pwede na ako ma-host. Hello, Ma'am Dotimas. Nana ba siya? Wala gyapon. Senda na lang ako siya link B. So please join in again sa ano, sa link. Nana ba siya? Hello, ma'am. Ma'am Dotimas. Are you with us? Nana ba siya?
Wala, paghihapon, sir. Ako lang chat, sir.
Asa mo siya na-add to?
Uli.
Para nila lang, so may pinaka na naman. Okay. Pwede niya i-save ang file, i-send niya sa kuha, kaya ako i-inspect. Same with the case of, same sa Muhammad Alpanta.
Okay, sir. Pang-inan, sir.
Siguro siya kanina. May nagtingog na. Admit. Okay, Ma'am Dotimas, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am Dotimas. Salamat na siya.
Sir,
Sige, ma'am, i-present ko mo ha. Yes. Kindly present now.
Wait lang, sir, ha. Benjamin, paano mag-present? Dali.
Pag-unmute, oy.
Pindutan na siyang arrow, ma'am, na kanang pataas. Tapos share yun, ma'am. Maybe you want itong arrow, ma'am. Yung share screen na button sa baba, ma'am. Malapit sa cam.
Labani, ma'am. Labani,
Yun na, ma'am. Tapos ando sa imong SPSS.
Wait lang, sir, ha.
Okay lang.
freak out.
O, di ba? No. Patanago ko sa baba. Scroll down lang yun. Naaman. Ara, di ba, lag 10? Sige, pataas, God. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Lahi ang number, sir.
0.559. 1 point. Okay. So, same na po din kay Alpanta. I don't know what did you click, no? Sige, ano na lang. Okay, at least, no, significant pa rin. I will check that later on na lang, kasi I'm running out of, kulang oras. But I'll promise you to check that. So, ayos sa stop. So, kindly everyone, are you listening sa, makita nyo ang gina-present ni Ma'am Dotimas?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will give implication in this case, yung 0.559 tsaka 3.188 something, no? Positive, di ba? Halos pareho sila ng sign. Then, yung significant value niya, yung sig, yung p-value niya is 0.006. Is that significant? Yes or no?
0.006.
0.006. Significant ba o hindi?
Yes, sir.
Diba,
Significant, sir.
Significant.
Okay, halos same, magkaiba lang ng value but same meaning.
Interpretation.
No? Ibig sabihin nakaka-influence yung yung IV mo sa DV mo. Okay? So kindly unshare na, stop share na muna. Then I will continue my part. My problem maybe may with problem sa yung sa data variable view mo. Sige lang, I will clear that. I will address your concern. So continue muna ako ha.
Okay, sir.
Okay pa ba? Kaya pa ba? Sige.
Yes,
Balik
sir.
mo
Yes,
na
sir.
ako. Manon jud nato ni guys, no? How to interpret? Yeah, this is the form. I will give you the form, not the format, but the usual way to interpret this one. Okay.
Sir, choppy
Sir,
na ka, sir.
Sir,
putol-putol na ka,
nawala-wala na ka,
sir.
sir.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay na, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ano,
Karon,
madunggan
sir.
na ba?
Madungog na ka, sir.
Okay na. Okay. We will report the beta value na standardized. Actually, you can also use the unstandardized, but in this case, I will use the unstandardized. No, let's say I will use the beta value na ila to 1.9
960.
ay sorry 1.960. Okay. Okay. Yan. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Okay. Okay. Ito ha. For every, lagay mo muna yung template natin. For every unit increase in the IV, lagay natin, i-contextualize natin later on. Okay. IV, the level of DV increases by, lagay nito ng beta value. Okay. So let us fill in the gaps, no? Okay. What would be our interpretation here? So, pihan muna natin ito yung template ko, no? Okay. Ito na tayo. Okay. For every unit increase in, what is your IV nga? Alarm fatigue. The level of, ano yung DV natin? I-contextualize natin. The level of work
role functioning.
Work functioning of nurses. Diba mayroon yan siya mga indicators, yung mga physical demands, no? Etc.
Yes, sir.
Nurses increases by, what is our beta value here na sinabi ko?
1.960, sir.
1.960.
Very good. 960. So, ibig sabihin, no? Kung ang correlation mo, descriptive correlational, you will say na meron silang relationship, no? As IV increases, pwede ding may possibility na tataas din yung DV mo. Okay? If the standardized coefficient is positive, no? Is positive here in regression. So, tataas din yung DV. Pero yung question, pila ka unit iyang itaas? Unsa kataas pod? Magana ba? So, kung mutaas daw ni sa imong alarm fatigue, no? For every unit, no? Natataas yung alarm fatigue mo. For every unit increase in the alarm fatigue, ang level sa imong DV, which is your work role functioning, mutaas po siya by what? By 1.960. Tataas ang kanyang i-explain. Okay? The other one we need to interpret is the R value. Okay? Plain lang na R value, no? R squared value. Yung R squared value mo. Ilan yung R squared value? Ilan yung R squared value?
0.120, sir.
Dito, based on my sige, 0.120. Okay, what is the meaning of this? So, how to interpret your R squared value? No, okay, R squared value. Ibig sabihin, okay, kinigya, R-squared value na 1.20. To better interpret this one, yung 0.120, we need to convert that into percentage. Nga, basic math, how to convert 0.120.
Mamaya na yung review.
Okay, 0.120. How to convert that in percent? Pila man naka-percent? That is? Okay, answer.
Ano gusto dyan niya po?
0.0012
12%.
at 12%.
12%.
Huh?
Oh, 0.20. Pila ka percent? Answer me again. That is?
12%.
That is how many percent?
Percent.
12%, sir.
Hello, are you still with me? Are you still with me? Hello, guys. Okay. So out of 100%,
Sir.
out of 100%, ilan ang naiwan? So meron pa tayong remaining na
78, sir.
meron tayong remaining na 88%.
88
100
pa.
diba?
88.
88%. So, ibig sabihin, makinig ibig sabihin, there is only 12% na pinapaliwanag ng iyong alarm fatigue kung bakit ba nagbabago yung level ng iyong work role functioning ng nurses. So, in terms of what percent? So, ibig sabihin, there's only 12% lang ang kaya niyang maipaliwanag. There's a variance explained, no? Yung variation ba? Then the other factors, no, can be attributed to other factors, no? 88%. Ibig sabihin, 88% pa ang hindi pa na-explore na possible maka-affect kay work role functioning. So, it means to say, hindi lang si alarm fatigue ang nakaka-influence ang kumbaga sir kung naabay other factors no pila pud ka unsa pud na sila kadaghan or in terms of what percent no usually 88%. So napa 88% na unexplored na pwede siya maging potential factor or potential na independent variable for work role functioning. Sir, yung 0.12 usually masyado siyang maliit, no? Usually kasi yung R-squared value, makinig i-take note. Yung R-squared value sa social sciences, ang acceptable kasi it's more than 0.50%. Dapat usually makatungtong ka 50%. And then there are other offers na kung pwede makaabot siya more than 90%. Para makaingon kita nga kaning independent variable mo na alarm fatigue, siya gid ang pinaka-kusgan ba na maka-influence yun kay work role functioning. Actually, yung 0.12 medyo na siya influence pero gamay lang. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, there is what we call unexplored, no? Ito yung unexplored, no? Unexplored pa. So, ibig sabihin, kung gagawa kayo ng panibagong study, makinig di ba yung title natin is, ano nga yung title? Ang title, di ba, is The Influence of Alarm Fatigue on Work Role Functioning. What if, no, based on literature, sir, may nabasa ako, parang hindi lang din si alarm fatigue ang nakaka-influence. That is why, sa recommendation mo, pwede mong i-recommend, since 88% pa ang mga unexplored factor, you may say na, for the future researchers, no, kung pwede ba sa sunod na mag-research sa in a study, you may explore other factor that may potentially affect the work role functioning of nurses. Let's say, kung ako ang second researcher, gagayahin ko yung research niya. I will replicate, no? Gawin ko, dagdagan ko ng independent variable. Pwede man duha ka IV, no? Pwede ko dyan siya i-change, no? Let's say, alarm fatigue and burnout. Example lang. Burnout. So you will say in your title, alarm fatigue, the influence of alarm fatigue and burnout on work role functioning. Kasi I want to explore pa. Kasi may katuturan yung sinabi niya sa regression analysis kasi there is what we call 88% pa ang masyadong malaki ang mga unexplored factor. Ano yun? Ibalik na gid ang kuryente. Okay, asaan na tayo? Can you follow? Naintindihan ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Naintindihan ba ang meaning ng regression? You will say kasi based on the parametric regression analysis. Actually, there are variants on how to interpret, no? Parametric regression analysis. Dali lang nga. Stop share muna ako. Change muna ako ng router. Okay, there's any question while waiting for me? Sadali lang talaga ha. Any other question?
None, sir.
Nasabtan ang essence sa regression na ibalik na. Okay. Can you see it now? Makita ba, Usab?
Yes,
Answer.
sir.
Based on the parametric regression analysis, it can be explained. You can have your own explanation that 12% of the or that can be explained that 12% of the variance of you can have sandali lang. Lagot mo yun. Dali lang guys ha, sandali lang talaga. Okay. Ito. Sorry. Okay. By scores. Okay. Okay. You can say it like this. Findings were apparent in the results of parametric regression analysis in which what is your variance, what is your explained variance? It is 12%. 12% of the variance of the variance of the work role functioning pala. Work role functioning can be explained by, sino nag-explain, can be explained by the IV. The IV here is alarm fatigue. Alarm fatigue. As indicated by the R square of ilan yung R square natin? 0. R square value. Ano ba yun? Ay lang ha. So, beta, what is our beta here? Beta is, yun 1.960. 1.960. And the p-value is 0.003. Yan. R square value by an R square value of by an R square. Pwede din diretso na lang. R square value of ilan yun? 1.960. This would mean that ilan yung remaining ilan yung percent na natira? Meron pang 88 na pwede mo pang ma-explore, pwede po maging IV mo or predictor mo. That the variation can be attributed to other factors aside from alarm fatigue. Ulitin natin Okay. Okay, alarm fatigue. Okay, takihan natin. Okay, findings were apparent. Okay, kana. Klaro-klaro na, no? Kana. Okay. Findings were apparent in the results of parametric regression analysis. Kasi parametric, linear. What if non-linear? Edi non-parametric ang gamitin mo na term. Okay, findings were apparent in the results of parametric regression analysis in which 12% of the variance of work role functioning can be explained by alarm fatigue as indicated by an R-square value of 1.960. This would mean that 88% of the variation can be attributed to other factors aside from alarm fatigue. Ganon yun. Okay, naintindihan ba? Is there any question?
Sir.
Okay, good. So, masyado siyang specific, no? That is why you need to, if you want to create a title kasi, you need to examine, kasi this would be a research gap also. May mga kasi may mga kakulangan ba sa mga previous research that you may somehow fill in the gap, no? Baka kasi hindi siya yung potential pa na factor, you may enhance the title of the study. Okay. Next is, Okay, I will create first sa test of difference. Okay, for the last time, test of difference. Test of difference. Kaya pa ba or break muna tayo at least 10 minutes? Kaya pa ba? Continue ako or break muna? 10
Continue,
minutes.
sir.
Continue, laban.
Continue, sir. Pamama na ta, sir.
Okay, go.
Love.
Laban, Jod? Sige. How about the others? Laban? Murag ang nagalaban lang din si Ma'am Heralde, si Ma'am Alpanta.
Laban lang, sir.
See you, Miss Alpanta, sa Guadalupe.
Dito ka ka next week, sir.
Mag-leave man ko Monday. So, balik na po ko dito. Actually, mag-isa ko kabulan dito ma-assign sa inyo. Layo kayo dili, igigan kong Claveria. Gabi kayong travel. Sige lang. So, I enjoyed your hospital, no? Okay, continue ta. Okay. Test of difference, no? Usab siya ta, I will, pakita lang ako tong sample na test of difference. Dali lang yun. Test of difference. Saan na ito? Okay, ito. Okay, ito we have common na ma-example ng test of difference. We have one-way ANOVA. Meron ding two-way ANOVA. Hindi lang na-explain dito kasi sample lang ito. Can you see my presentation? Kita ba?
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Saan naman yung dali lang Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sige. So, may mga example one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. These are parametric test equivalent. Same with the Pearson, mga parametric test ito, repeated measures ANOVA. Gamitin na natin yung mga common. Okay, we have pair t-test, independent t-test. Okay. Let's say, for example, we will create another SOP that is talking about test of difference. Okay? Test of difference. Sir, pwede ba na siya isago lang SOP na may test of difference o niya? Napakay correlation, napakay katong descriptive, etc. Pwede ba na siya? Pwede ba siya na isagol? Paano na, sir, no? Kaya napo ko SOP na test of difference, napay influence. Unsa magid akong research design ani? predictive correlational, unsa man gyud comparative, no? Di ba? Did you question yourself about that one? Pagsagulan na tog mga test of difference. Okay. So managan na pod ako ang kuan. Managan na pod akong SOP. O, let's say for example, number 6 SOP. Is there significant, tama, is there a significant difference in the level of, let's say, alarm fatigue if in terms sa age, may significant difference ba ang level sa alarm fatigue sa mga nurses kung depende sa ilang age? May significant difference ba depende sa ilang sex? Like babae o lalaki, may difference ba ang lalaki o babae sa level of alarm fatigue? Kumbaga, tanawan nato ba? Iba ba ang kataas sa babae o sa lalaki na alarm fatigue? Something like that, or in
So,
terms of
depende
area?
sa profile, sir.
Depende po sa profile. So we can use tandaan nyo ha, pag nag-create mo og SOP for the test of difference, no, you can use your demographic profile. Okay? As a test, as a grouping factor. Okay? Pang group natin, no? As our another grouping variable. We call that in the test of difference, ang tawag natin, pag gamitin natin sila, factor group, or grouping variable. Okay, grouping variable. Is there significant difference in the level of alarm fatigue? Alarm fatigue when grouped according to
Age, sex.
alarm fatigue of nurses when grouped according to their demographic. Naintindihan ba? Demographic profile. Sir, gusto ko ding tingnan, sir, kung may significant difference ba yung level ng nurses work role functioning ng mga nurses kung igugrupo ko din sila according sa kanilang demographic profile. Okay, tingnan din natin. Sir, what would be the research design? Kasi may ano ka pa, may correlation, may test of difference ka pa. Usually based on the standard ng publication sa mga Scopus na journal, no? Based on the book din, no? Usually there is a broad term of research design about that. Okay? We call that cross-sectional design. Kasi under the cross-sectional, andun din yung descriptive correlational, andun din yung descriptive comparative design, no? So kapag napo dito ang mga significant influence, mga predictive correlational, so the broad term about that, pag pinagsama-sama mo yung mga, pinagtagpi-tagpi mo yung mga very specific na mga inferential na statistics, no? Usually, the research design for that is cross-sectional. Okay? Cross-sectional na. Naging cross-sectional na ating research design. Unless, otherwise, kung isa lang, we can specify that kung correlational. Descriptive correlational. So, is there a significant, significant difference? Ano yung ilalagay natin? The DV, the work role
functioning.
Okay, of nurses when grouped according to their demographic profile. Okay, pagpalagay natin, since parametric naman, no? Since na-achieve natin ang normality, so align natin, no? Gagamit din tayo ng parametric test of difference. The question is, anong klaseng test of difference ang gagamitin natin? Parametric man. Okay, depende. Okay, we will discuss muna a little bit about ANOVA. Kasi meron tayong one-way ANOVA at saka yung two-way ANOVA. Did you hear that before, mga ANOVA? Did you hear that before? Nakadungog na ba na?
Yes, sir.
Nakadungog na ba na? Pero wa pa ka-try pa unsa siya i-run, no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ang one-way ANOVA, take note, no, ginagamit yan sa if there is, let's say, yung, ano ba yung requirements? So, dapat parametric, same din, no? Dapat homogeneous ng variance, no? Dapat yung IV mo, dapat categorical, no? Categorical independent groups. Yung demographic profile natin, categorical ba lahat ito? Yes or no? Based on our coding. Categorical, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, pasok tayo sa assumption niya. Dapat categorical yung IV. Yung DV kasi dapat continuous. So, yung DV natin continuous. So, okay. So, can we use ANOVA in this case? The question is, anong klaseng ANOVA? Okay? There are two types of ANOVA. Commonly, ang dami kasing types, no? The first one is one-way ANOVA. Kailan ba gamitin ang one-way ANOVA? Ginagamit ang one-way ANOVA if you have 3 or more categorical independent groups. Okay, let me explain. No? Sabi niya, if you have 3 or more categorical independent group, mga sub-independent group. Okay, di ba meron akong coding dito? Let's say for example, age. Now, ilang category ito? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Di ba? 8 groups. No? 8 groups. So, pwede bang gamitin dito si one-way ANOVA? Kasi di ba ang sabi niya, 3 or more sub-independent groups. No, pwede bang gamitin dito si one-way ANOVA for the age?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
8, di ba? 8 ang subgroupings niya, ang category. Okay, next. Ito bang area of assignment, pwede bang gamitin dito si one-way ANOVA? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pwede. Okay, pwede. Sorry, it's not 3 or more. Ano bang sinabi ko, 3 or more?
3 or more, sir.
Sorry, it's not 3 or more. 2 or more pala. Sorry, it's ketitas pa. Okay, again na ulitin ko, nagkamali ako sa sinabi ko na 3 or more. Sa iba 'yon na parametric. Ulitin ko, si one-way ANOVA, gagamitin mo siya if you have 2 or more sub-independent groups. Okay, again na 2 or more. Kindly correct that, no? 2 or more. 2 or more sub-independent groups. So, for age, pwede. How about for sex na area?
Pwede, sir.
Pwede, sir.
So, halos lahat, no? Pwede. No? Kasi lumampas na sa 2 or more, no? 2 or more. Okay. We will examine, no? We will examine. Okay, we will examine by using your SPSS. Okay, open again your SPSS. Open your SPSS. Gagamit tayo ng one-way ANOVA. Okay, click Analyze. Okay, click Analyze. Mayroon kayong makikita dyan na Compare Means and Proportions. Ayun. Compare Means and Proportions. Nakuha na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then may makita kayo dyan, one-way
Wait,
ANOVA.
ANOVA.
Ayan, click that one. One-way ANOVA. Balik ko muna ha. So ano yung gusto natin malaman? SOP number 6, no?
Demographic profile, sir.
Versus alarm fatigue, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ang ilagay nyo dito sa ano sabay una sa demographic profile in terms of age, no? Tama ba? Age, no?
Sex, sir.
Sex.
Pa. Dili sa SOP na to.
Ano?
I-review sa nako ha. Sa SOP na to, unsay nakabutang arrangement na to sa SOP. Di ba ang una na to gipangutana is alarm
Sir.
alarm fatigue versus demog. So age ang una. Sige, unahon sa natong age. Okay, balik tayo ha. Balik tayo. Compare means and proportion. Click mo yung one-way ANOVA.
One-way ANOVA.
Tapos i-enter mo yung age doon sa dependent list. I-enter mo ang age sa dependent list, tapos no. Ang age i-enter mo sa factor list kasi siya ang magiging grouping variable na factor. Tapos hanapin mo yung alarm fatigue man, no? At tong alarm fatigue
Yes,
naman
sir.
to AF lag 10. Ayan. Okay? Wala tayong gagalawin dito sa gilid ha, yung mga post hoc, gagamitan tayo later pag meron siyang gagamit tayo ng post hoc to determine, ginagamit ang post hoc if may significant difference later on. Pero kung wala, wag mo lang i-click. Hayaan mo lang ito ha, wala tayong gagalawin dito sa gilid. Okay, nalagay na ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
i-click mo
sir.
lang itong estimate, kasi I will not discuss this one muna ha, yung effect size. Though ang effect size, very important yan sa research publication. But for the matter of for understanding the ANOVA table, no, i-unclick muna yung estimate effect size muna of overall test. Unclick lang muna. Then click OK. Okay, click OK. Then may lumabas na results, tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Tingnan mo yung significant value, yung p-value niya. What is your p-value here? 0.
Saan, sir?
Ito, 0.451.
451.
Okay. Ang 0.451 ba less than 0.05 or more than 0.05?
More than.
More than, sir.
More than, sir.
May significant difference ba or wala? Yes or no?
Wala, sir.
Ibig sabihin, kahit anong age group mo, kung saan sila nabilong doon ng mga nurses, no, walang significant difference, no? Pareho yung level na na-experience nila, level of alarm fatigue. Intindihan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. Ano ang next natin? Edad, no? Ay, sorry. Ano yung next natin na demographic profile?
Sex.
In terms
Sir.
of sex, no? In terms of sex. So, palitan mo lang yun, yung one-way ANOVA. Palitan mo yung age ng sex. Tingnan natin ba, male versus female, may pagkakaiba ba sa kanilang level of alarm fatigue? So, click mo lang OK. So, what is your result? What is your result?
0.90.
The value is 0.904. Is it
04.
significant ba ito yung yung sex?
Significant.
Yes, sir.
Not significant, di
Not
ba?
significant, sir.
0.904. So walang pagkakaiba mapababae man or mapalalaki.
Yes, sir.
Naintindihan? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next. Sige nga, kayo nga mag-run. How about anong next? Anong next? Area of assignment, no? Area of assignment.
Area of
Tignan
assignment.
natin na kung sa ER ba, iba ba ang sa ER na level of alarm fatigue sa the other department? Tingnan natin. Hypothetical naman ito. So what is your answer here? The value here is 0.19.
0.190.
So is it significant? Is it more than or less than 0.06?
It's not
More
significant, sir.
Okay, not significant. So kahit na-assign sila sa department, no, walang difference. Okay, walang difference. Pareho-pareho sila nakaka-experience, no, ng level ng alarm fatigue. The last one. The length of clinical experience. Tingnan natin. So the answer is 0.629.
0.629.
So may significant difference ba?
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Ganun na. So I will not run na did we answer the SOP number? Anong SOP yon? Did
Number
we answer
6.
Number 6.
Okay, SOP number 6. Yung sa number 7, you may also run it by yourself na lang, ha? Para, I think kabalo na mo sa process. Kabalo na? How about sa work role functioning? Kabalo na mo? Ito lang, i-change mo lang.
Okay.
Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Good. So, ngayon, what if, no? Sir, what if, sir? Wala siya significant, what if, sir, ha? Dili siya, na-violate ang assumption sa parametric, dili siya normal ang distribution. What is the counterpart of one-way ANOVA? What is the counterpart of one-way ANOVA? Ano yung, kumbaga, kung meron tayong Pearson, ang gagamitin mo is Spearman kung hindi siya normal. Sa one-way ANOVA, ang gamitin mo is Kruskal-Wallis H-test. Okay, again, I repeat, ano yung gagamitin mo pag hindi siya parametric? Pag hindi normal?
Kruskal-Wallis.
Kruskal-Wallis H-test. Some may pronounce it Wallis. Okay, some may pronounce it Kruskal-Wallis H-test. Okay, the H-test. Okay. Saan tayo pupunta? Okay, kindly follow after me. Okay? Kindly follow after me. What if hindi tayo pumasa kasi nga hindi normal ang distribution? Okay, click analyze. Okay, click analyze. Kindly click non-parametric test. Di ba? Nakikita talaga non-parametric test, no? Non-parametric test. Tapos, pindutin mo yung legacy dialogues. Kindly follow after me. Pindutin mo yung legacy dialogues. Napindot na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Tapos may makikita ka dyan, K independent samples. K independent
Yes, sir.
samples. Okay, very good. Okay, napindot na. Naay mo gawas na box pa dyan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Naay mo gawas na box. Okay, unsa ito tong i-test una, age, di ba to?
Yes,
So,
sir.
atong
Yes, sir.
grouping variable. So, ang term pala sa non-parametric test, di ba naman yung test type diri Junker Terpstra test, median moods test. Actually, median test or median moods test, pareho lang. Kruskal-Wallis age test. Takes note, no, dapat yan siya. Kruskal-Wallis, di ba? Okay, at yung
Yes,
gusto
sir.
na irahan. Okay. Now, the term here, kung meron doon factor doon sa NOVA, ang counterpart niya na term, grouping. Okay? So, anong ilagay natin dito? It's your age. Age. Sa testing variable list, ano ang ilagay mo? Yung gusto mong...
Log 10.
Okay, very good. Yung independent variable. Okay, may makikita ka dyan, define range, no? I-click mo muna itong define range. Click mo yung define range. Click na, define range.
Wait lang, sir.
Na-click na, sir.
Okay, na-click na. Sige, after 100 years, na-click na.
Ano yung i-click, sir? Wait lang, sir.
Na-click na ang define range.
Yes, sir.
About the other, sige. Nahin mo gawas
Yes,
dira
sir.
minimum o maximum, no? Minimum tapos maximum. Pila ganito ka category ang age, 'di ba? 8 man to. 8, 'di ba? 8 no?
Sir, pwede
8.
balik sa kadali, sir?
Sige, rewind ta, balik ta sa okay, balik ta sa asa
AF
man.
lag 10.
AF lag 10 kani oh, 'di ba
Yes,
na may
sir.
lag 10 dire? Mo na i-transfer
Yes,
na
sir.
siya niyo. Tapos na grouping variable, 'di ba? Nya na i-define
Yes,
range
sir.
sa baba. I-click na siya nimo.
Di lagi na ako maklik, sir.
Di mo maklik
okay na,
dito.
sir.
I-click na mo ang age, 'di ba? I-click mag-blue
yes,
mo
yes.
na. Okay,
Ah.
tapos mag-define range ka.
Ah.
Kina-click na. How about the
Yes,
other?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Ano ka subcategory ang age?
8,
Ilagay
sir.
mo sa age,
8.
no? So the minimum is 1, the maximum is 8. The minimum is 1, the maximum is 8 kay 8 ka na. Then click continue. Click continue lang. Okay na, na-click ng continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay na, sir.
After that, click OK. Click OK. Then, na mo gawas.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ay,
sir.
gawas. Okay. Look at the asymptotic sig. That is also your p-value. Same with your ANOVA na counterpart. Okay, again what is the p-value here? It's 0.480.
0.480.
480.
Answer me. Is 0.480 significant or not significant?
Not
Not
significant,
significant,
sir.
sir.
Ibig sabihin, kahit gagamit pala tayo ng non-parametric equivalent ng one-way ANOVA, hindi pa rin siya significant. Okay, guys, ganun yun parametric test versus non-parametric test. Okay, what's another test pa na gusto nyo malaman? How about okay. Wala mo ko sample with rin na ba? Independent test na. Okay, I will lecture na lang Okay. Yung t-test, no? Did you hear t-test? Did you hear t-test? Before. T-test, guys. Nakadungog na.
Wala, sir.
Wala pa. Okay, wala pa nakadungog. Okay, wala pa nakadungog, no? So, unsa ning t-test? Ang t-test, mura pair t-test, no? Mura pud siya og kanang ANOVA na one way. Okay? T-test, no? Your, not paired pala, no? It's your independent sample t-test pala. Sorry. Independent sample t-test or independent t-test. Okay? Independent t-test. Take note independent t-test. Sir, unsa na siyang independent t-test? Mura siya og kanang one-way ANOVA. Ginagamit siya, di ba kung ang one-way ANOVA, if you have two or more na sub-independent groups. Sa independent t-test, if you have exactly two groups only. Sir, yung sex kanina, niran ko siya sa one-way ANOVA, pwede bang gamitan siya ng t-test? ideally, dapat t-test. No? Ideally, dapat t-test. Sir, ginamitan ko siya ng one-way ANOVA. Okay lang ba to siya? The answer is okay lang. Kasi kahit i-run mo siya ng one-way ANOVA, pareho pa rin sila ng answer. Pareho pa rin sila ng p-value. Okay? But if you have to choose between the two, the most ideal one is independent t-test. But it's okay if you have run one-way ANOVA. Pareho pa rin yung answer. Ang kaibahan lang nila, nare-restrict lang kasi si t-test into 2 independent groups. Okay, we will run. No? We will run. Okay, open again your your SPSS. Okay, run again compare means tapos independent sample t-test. Can you see that one? Nakita ba?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dito run na sa sex. Tingnan natin kay ang sex manggod male and female lang. So there is only 2 groups. Again for how many groups only will you run the t-test na independent? Answer me. How many groups? Pag independent na t-test.
2, sir.
2 or more.
Only. No. It's
Exactly.
2 only.
To only na.
Pag 2 or more, one way, ANOVA.
One way ANOVA.
Repeat tayo. 2 or more, anong gagamitin?
One way ANOVA.
One-way ANOVA.
Only
One
2.
way ANOVA.
Pag only 2 sub-independent groups,
Independent sample
T-test, sir.
t-test.
Very good. Okay, balik tayo dito. Ano yung grouping variable mo? Tingnan natin. Anong ilagay ko dito sa grouping variable?
Sex, sir.
Sex.
Okay, very good. Ano yung ilagay ko sa test variable? Of course, your alarm.
AF
Flag 10.
Okay, very good. Aba, gumagaling na. Okay, yung defined groups, no? So, how many groups do we have? 2 groups lang. So,
2
group 1
groups.
and 2 lang ilagay natin. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Continue.
Huwag mo nang dalawin dito sa options sa ka-bootstrap. Then click on OK. What is the answer? What is significant? What is your two-sided na p-value?
0.904.
Sir.
Significant ba siya o hindi siya significant?
Not
Not
significant.
Significant, sir.
Bakit man hindi siya significant?
More than
More than
0.005.
0.005.
O, di ba? 0.904. Ano yung sa taas kanina? Di ba? Ang sa ANOVA, 9.04 din, di ba? Do you have same significant value? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, kahit niran mo siya ng one way, it's okay. Pero, the most ideal one, basta 2 groups, run with independent sample t-test. Okay? So, yung two-way ANOVA, kasi meron tayong dalawang independent variable. So, ginawag siya na two-way. Sorry. Di ba meron tayong one-way? Meron tayo din two-way. Okay, again gumagamit tayo ng two-way. Gagamitin mo si two-way pag meron kang 2 independent variable, you want to know their interaction towards the dependent variable. Okay? Ang the way we run also is that para din siyang one-way ANOVA but dinagdagan na natin ng isang variable. Kaya two-way ang tawag. By the way, dito muna tayo sa independent sample t-test. So ulit ako, how many groups do we have here sa independent sample t-test?
2.
2.
Is it applicable sa area of assignment ang t-test? Independent
No,
sample?
sir.
No, sir. Dili,
Okay,
sir.
no. Halimbawa, dili siya nag-normal na violate niya. There is a violation to the assumptions of parametric test. Ano ang gamitin mo na non-parametric equivalent? What is the answer? The answer is very good. The Mann-Whitney U-test. Okay, the Mann-Whitney U-test.
Mann-Whitney U-test.
Naintindihan? Mann-Whitney. Okay, Mann-Whitney. The Mann-Whitney, how to run that? So, legacy dialogues, then click natin mamaya yung 2 independent samples. Okay, punta tayo kay Mann-Whitney. Tingnan natin, halimbawa lang hindi siya naging normal. Is it significant pa rin ba siya or hindi siya significant? If irara natin na non-parametric equivalent. So, run tayo, Mann-Whitney U-test. Okay, follow after me. Click mo yung non-parametric test.
Non-parametric.
Okay, very good. The non-parametric. Then legacy dialogue. Then click mo yung 2 independent samples. 2 independent samples. Na-click na.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, di ba, sa baba, nasa yung Moses extreme reactions, Kolmogorov's Smirnov z-test, then Wolfowitz runs, at saka meron dito yung Mann-Whitney. So, the only thing we want to test for the difference and non-parametric, aside from the other 3, is the Mann-Whitney test. Trying to explain the other counterparts, but this is the most ideal when you run the non-parametric counterpart for the independent sample t-test. Okay? Ano ilagay natin sa grouping variable? Sige, answer me.
Grouping variable.
Ano ilagay ko sa grouping variable? Mann-Whitney man.
Area of assignment.
Two groups. Ano sino sa kanila may two groups lang?
Sex, sir.
Sex.
Ano ako? Ulit ha. Ang independent sample t-test for how many groups only?
2 groups.
sir.
2 ha, 2. Sabot ha, 2. Kung dili ka makapasa sa requirement ng independent sample t-test, ano ang gamitin?
Non-parametric.
Mann-Whitney.
Okay. So sa demographic profiles, kinsa dira ang night 2 sub-independent group only?
Sex, sir.
Sex.
Male and female naman. Otherwise, kung gender na siya, kung napay mga lesbian, gay, LGBT groups, etc. So, di na siya 2 groups. Okay? So, what if lang, dili na siya 2 groups? Kung di na siya 2 groups, unsa ang non-parametric counterpart?
sir.
No, non-para.
One-way ANOVA.
Anyway, ANOVA.
No, non-parametric. Kruskal. Very good. Kruskal Wallis. What is the parametric equivalent for the Kruskal Wallis?
ANOVA one-way.
One-way ANOVA. Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, anong ilagay ko dito? I'm running Mann-Whitney. Anong ilagay ko sa grouping variable? Pakiulit.
Sex,
Sex.
sir.
Okay, anong ilagay ko sa test variable?
AF log 10.
AF lag 10 gapon, sir.
So, anong ilagay ko sa define group? Kasi there's only 2 groups. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Then, click continue. Then, click OK.
Okay.
Then, anong titingnan nyo? Asymptotic na sig, no? Yung two-tailed. Why you're using two-tailed? Kasi we're using null hypothesis. So, the answer here is
0.839.
So, ang 0.839 significant o hindi siya significant?
Not significant, sir.
Okay, very good. Not significant. Naintindihan?
Yes, sir.
Sige. Ang Wilcoxon sign rank test, parang kamukha din siya ni Mann-Whitney. Kailan ba gagamitin ang paired t-test? Okay? Usually, sa mga study such as, murag na yung background noise, na sandali lang. Okay, mga madunggan na mga tingog sa bata, no? Pwede ikuan sa nato. No? I-off sa nato tong mic kay murag dagan kay kung madunggan. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay na ta? Okay, sige. Sir, kano sa gamiton ang paired t-test? Okay. Paired t-test. If your study goes like this, I will give you example. We have tried this one sa MAN. No? Usually, ang mga studies, ang mga research design is like quasi-experimental study. Ibig sabihin, quasi means there is no randomization. If you know what is true experiment, di ba, masasabi mo na true experimental ang design if you have at least 3 primary criteria. Number 1, merong randomization. Number 2, there is what we call control, no, and manipulation, no. Let's say tinanggal natin yung randomization. Ang tawag sa kanya quasi na. So let me give you an example of a quasi experimental study. In a certain community here in Davao City, ang gusto niyang pag-aralan is ang case ng hypertension, pabata daw ng pabata na. So tinanong ko sa how young, no, yung population. I think somewhere in Cabantian. I don't know where is that Cabantian City. I'm not from Davao. Sino ba dito taga Cabantian? Wala.
Ako, sir.
Oo. So, according to her information doon, kasi community health nurse daw siya doon, mataas ang recorded case. May mga recorded cases daw adolescent, usually 25 years old, pabata ng pabata. No, 'di ba? That could be a ground for kailan natin sabihan, no? So kasi sa community, meron tayong program for hypertension control. Kasama siya sa IEC package, hypertension control program. So, ang gusto niya malaman, sir, gusto na ko itanawon, sir, kung effective pa ba gyapon ning ginabuhat sa DOH sa mga program about hypertension control, kung ano pa ba siya, effective pa ba? Yes, we can do that, no? So, kaso nga lang, it is really a big challenge, no? Medyo matagal kasi experimental. Actually, naka-stop siya for 1 semester just to continue her study. And along her journey sa MAN, thesis 2, thesis 2, no? Namatayan pa siya ng, family member, no? Actually, gabi yang napagdaanan, no? Bugat pagid yang research, bugat pagid yang yang journey, yang naagihan ba. So, whatsoever, no? Natapos niya. Human yun niya, bahala na jud. And I'm very proud of that student under my advisory. Nahuman gid niya, kuya sa experimental ang uban nag-antos rag mga simple na study. So kani siya naningkamot gid ba, and we publish her study. Na ang ganda ng kanyang outcome ng kanyang study. Biruin mo, it's a quasi experimental study. No, usually wala ko ga-approve og student na mag-quasi experimental kung dili lang man niya kaya. Prove it to me kung kaya nimo, I will allow you to conduct that quasi experimental. Kaya nabita mga thesis na, sir, gusto na ko mabalaan ang efficacy, kung naba siya effect or naba siya how effective the effectiveness, etc. Mura lang siya sayon sa dunggon, pero what would be the appropriate design, no? Bugat ang design na counterpart, and also the level of statistical analysis is also advanced. Okay? So, ang ginawa namin, nag-pre-test and post-test design kami na quasi. Pre-test, kasi meron kasing post-test only design and pre-test only design. So, ginawa namin para mas maging pulido yung kanyang outcome, no? Pre-test and post-test only design. So, we have our intervention. Sa mga quasi experimental, you need always an intervention. So, the intervention would be the program ng DOH. So, there would be a series of documentation, day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. So sa day 1 namin, nag-conduct muna kami ng about hypertension na mga activity, no? Nag-conduct siya ng lecture classes, etc. Sorry, hindi pala. Tama, lecture classes. Tapos, nagpa-quiz siya. It's like a quiz, no? Kumbaga, quiz 1, quiz 2. Parang ganun ba? No? Let's say, nagpagawa siya ng activity before and after the program, no? So, yung result ng kanyang, it's like a simple lang questioning ba, no? Meron siyang in-administer na set of questions. Tapos tiningnan namin yung, kasi gusto naming matest, no, sa kanyang SOP, kasi meron kasi nakalagay doon na meron bang significant difference sa level ng knowledge and practices on hypertension among adolescent community residents pala doon sa community nila. Okay, gusto namin ma-answer yung SOP na yon. Sa quasi experimental kasi, kung yung point mo is, sir, effective ba ang ganito? You cannot say that in the SOP na, is it effective in etc. etc. No, you cannot do that. First, for you to say it's effective, gagamit ka ng word na test of difference. Kasi pag lumabas doon, meron siyang difference. And that's the time you can imply, totoo nga, meron siyang effect. Kasi pag may test of difference sa mga statistical results, that's the time we can conclude may difference. May effect. Now, we cannot question directly in the SOP na, may effect ba yun niya ang inani sa hypertension control? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. First, lay down first the test of difference. Kasi test of difference ang ginagamit for us to know the efficacy of a certain intervention. So, yun na. Kinumpare namin yung pre-test at post-test niya, yung parang quiz 1 at quiz 2 about practices at saka knowledge, no? Pina-answer din niya via survey na for questionnaire. Pina-answer. Kung may pa-quiz daw siya, etc. I don't know what's really the detail of her activity. So, kinumpare namin yung result ng knowledge before and after no? Kumbaga quiz 1 and quiz 2. So pag compare namin, no, there's a comparison, no. So ang ginamit namin, tinry muna namin kung normal ang data. Kapag kasi normal ang data, no, between the after the intervention, no, pre at saka post test, no, gagamit ka ng basta normal ang data if said to be parametric, ang gagamitin mo paired t-test, na paired t-test. Sir, what if hindi kami nakapasa sa paired t-test? Ang gagamitin mo is your Wilcoxon signed rank test. Wilcoxon signed rank test, that is the equivalent or the non-parametric equivalent of the paired t-test. So I will show you her results, no, by using the Wilcoxon. So ito. Dali lang ha. Thomas. Her name is Thomas, no? Si Ma'am Thomas. Can you see this one? Can you see the ano? Okay. Let me ano lang muna run down. So this is the title of Maria Carla F. Thomas. Effectiveness of Information, Education, and Communication Program on Knowledge and Attitude pala, not practices, sorry. Bakit ko pa nasama yung practices? Maybe if you want to to expound, baka gusto nyo lagyan ng practices, pwede naman, no, ibahin natin yung study. Baka hindi lang sa knowledge at attitude ang may problema, baka sa practices din, no? Possible, no? Knowledge and attitude in controlling blood pressure among residents of Purok 32 somewhere ni siya sa Barangay Kabantian. Are you aware with this, ma'am? Sino yung taga Kabantian? Purok 32 daw. Ayan. Dahan day nag-high blood no? Mga adolescent. So that is her study, no, with chronic hypertension. That is her study. So if you look at the results of the inferential test, no, so we use, no, the test of difference before and after the knowledge and attitude in controlling and after the implementation of IEC program. So here we have the W na sign. So pag yung W na sign na nakita nyo, that is, ibig sabihin, dinaan nyo sa, parametric or non-parametric? Answer me. Is it a parametric test of difference or non-parametric? Answer me. Again, pag nakita kayo ng W na sign, is it a
Non-parametric.
None. This is a symbol for Wilcoxon signed rank test. Ano nga yung parametric test equivalent nito? Pag normal ang data, let's say nakapasa tayo. Ano ang counterpart na parametric?
Independent.
No, the answer is
Paired t-test.
paired t-test. Ang independent, that is para siyang one-way ANOVA. Two groups. Okay? That is independent na t-test. Ito, paired t-test ito. Kaso hindi kami nakapasa sa paired t-test. There's a big violation sa mga parametric test. So, gumamit kami ng Wilcoxon signed rank test. So, based on these results, in terms of the level of knowledge, no, significant siya. Ibig sabihin, nakakatulong pa rin yung programa ng DOH about hypertension control program. Even doon sa attitude. Yung level of attitude may significant difference, no, after we implement the program. So, ibig sabihin, effective pa rin yung ginagawa ng mga yung mga program ng DOH addressing the hypertension control. No? Naintindihan ba kailan ba gagamitin ang paired t-test? Usually before and after. Nagets ba ang paired t-test? Naintindihan ang paired t-test? Do you have any questions sa paired t-test? Okay na ta? Then, last na lang yun, no? Last na lang. Yung sample size calculation. I need to address this one, no? Sample size calculation, because some of you, no, it may be a bothersome topic. Sir, ilan ba dapat ang requirements, no? How many samples do we need to use if we are going to have our study na quantity? No, how about quality? No, si quantity man, okay, numerical yung gusto. I'd like to I think you're very familiar naman sa mga sampling technique, no? Sample size. Are you familiar with Slovin formula? I need to give this as an update, no? Are you familiar with the Slovin formula? Familiar ba kayo? Maybe some of you here are CIs, no? They're sitting also as a panelist. Did you experience that? And sometimes you will supply the query of a student na, ay, gamitan mo lang yan ng Slovin. Is that right? Para bang sa tingin natin, si Slovin lang ba ang universal formula to know, to determine, to calculate kung gaano kadami ang respondent mo na kakailanganin sa study mo? The answer is no. Okay? Long before, there's a lot of argument about this one. No, statisticians from UP Diliman, they conducted, no. Actually, we have during our last year, no, I attended one of the very important highlight there sa forum, no. It's all about statistics, no. Some of my colleagues were statisticians in their field, applied statisticians, and our president from the PARSU is also an applied statistician, and we are updated. Actually, dugay na ni siya nga dapat i-resolve, no. Hinay-hinay, at least hinay-hinay na siya ginabago. And when I entered Davao Doc, no, masyadong talamak ang paggamit ng Slovin. And when I examined the paper, the past paper before, dapat hindi pala siya gamitin ang Slovin, no? Slovin formula. Take note that Slovin, no, there's a warning, no, from the horse's mouth, no, from the credible sources, from the statistician and based on their study, no. If you want to read the study authored by Punsalan, Tejada and Punsalan, they are statisticians from UP Diliman, from the College of Biostatistics. I have the link here if you want to read the full paper, no, na-publish nila sa PSAI, Philippine Statistician Journal. So what is the highlight of this misuse of Slovin formula? There are some books na critical, no? Kaya mag-ingat kayo sa binabasa niyo ng libro about statistics, no? Because some of the books are not credible. Na hindi naman lahat. There are portions there about sampling size calculation. Pag sinabi mong sample size, gaano kadami? Sample technique, paano mo sila pipiliin? Is it by random? So I'm talking here sample size calculation. Kina-calculate ba yan siya? Sir, of course, no? Hindi pwede na sir, 180 tanan akong sample size. Paano saan mo i-calculate? No? So, gamitan akong Slovin. Unsay mong design, correlation. Dira pa lang, mali na. Because, again, there's a warning. There's a warning. Kindly propagate these updates. No? There's a warning here. You cannot use Slovin formula for t-test, for correlation, ANOVA, regression, chi-square, etc. Halos mga inferential statistics. Again, take note about this one. You cannot directly use Slovin formula. Why? Because it is set only to 0.5 na alpha. Based on their simulation, no, there is a convergence of the results kasi even the term Slovin, hindi siya nag-i-exist sa mga statistical textbook. Ang iba nga spelling Slovin, no, and critical din yan siya ng mga statistician. So matagal pala itong mali, no? Kasi I'm a victim about this one. When I was a college and during my master's program, tinuturo itong Slovin. No, tinuturo. Ngayon, actually, nung nag-enter ako sa mga association ng mga statistician, doon ko na-realize na ang daming palang dapat ang daming mali na dapat hindi siya tinuturo kasi nanganganak yung mga mga mali na mga gawain, no? Ang nagtuturo pa before, they're not expert in their field. Yun, nakarinig lang ng Slovin, pinagamit agad, no? Kasi if you will derive the formula from the formula of Cochrane, usually, mas kapani-paniwala pa yung formula ni Cochrane, no, under the SRSWR, or Simple Random Sampling Without Replacement. If you will understand this formula, from the Cochrane-based formula, ginaya lang ni Slovin, kaya nakabuo siya ng sarili ng formula, tinawag na Slovin. Masyadong madali. But if you will realize, it is really a Cochrane. Based on the literature kasi, there's no such term as Slovin. If you search the history about this formula, walang ganun. If you will analyze, if you have a sample size of, let's say, for example, if you reach 500,000, sometimes if you handle big data, Now, if you reach 500,000 up to how many, even more than a million, you will converge to a sample size of 400. So kahit kukuha ako ng 1,500,000, same pala. So what is the point of moving to higher number of sample size if I will approach still only with 400? Halos nagkakapare-pareho na yung sample size. So hindi siya reliable for what? For inferential statistics. Kasi sa ngalan na inferential statistics, you're trying to infer out of the total population. So hindi na siya reliable. So take note about that one. So please, if so happen you're an MAN, you're a graduate of this program, and you will be sitting as a panel chair, and if you know some of the SOPs of your students or maybe your colleagues, no, do not recommend Slovene formula. Other spelling Slovene, sa pangalan pa lang nga, nagkaka-problem. So, hindi na siya credible. So, again Slovene formula is applicable only in estimating population proportion. So, kailan na siya pwede gamitin? You can use Slovene if descriptive na mga statistics. For descriptive statistics only. Yan. Pag meron ng inferential, wag gamitin si Slovene. Okay? Based on some authors, sa Slovene's formula in the local books like authored by Pagoso in Montana 1985, no, I think kalimutan ko yung year, may mga group of statisticians, they visited the national bookstore, some bookstore kung saan na-publish itong mga Pagoso in Montana's the book, and they found there's no discussion about the derivation of the formula. It was really Yamane na formula. It was Yamane who devised the formula, and still applicable only for estimating population proportion. And seemingly no Slovene found in the literature of statistics. No? So, sikat lang siya, but there is what we call misuse. And, for example, many statistics professors in both undergrad and graduate schools have been teaching the wrong notion that Slovene's formula is the only formula for determining a sample size for any quantitative research. We need to refute this one because it is not true. No, that Slovene is the universal formula for the sample size calculation. Take note that you set 95% confidence interval and you have only 0.05 alpha. What if I will set my alpha level to 0.01? So we cannot now use the Slovene. The effect of such wrong idea is reflected in the thesis and dissertations of many graduate students, which utilize Slovene's formula even if the statistical tests used in their studies were t-test, ANOVA, Pearson's correlation, regression analysis, etc. So that is another ground for the misuse of Slovene formula. So again and again, we have Sangkap's paper and saka Suderio na mga thesis. No? They presented their paper, for example, in the study of Sangkap's 2010 in the international conference. Biruin mo, international conference. And many of the audience were statisticians in their field, no? He used Slovene's formula even if the study were correlation t-test and ANOVA. Ayan. Tingnan mo yan. Even the study of Suderio, no? About level of math achievement, tapos correlation with overall performance of PMA cadets in the academy. So, kahit dyan gumamit ng Slovene, wrong ang statistical calculation sa sample size. That is the findings of Tejada and Ponsalan. They are credible statisticians in their field from UP Diliman. There are a lot of statistical computation, no? But what can are you familiar with this one? Rausov, no? Para din siyang si Slovene. So may limitation ito. You can use this software if you have a binary na variable. Para din siyang si Slovene, but you cannot easily use this for regression analysis. So ito yung mga programs na based on studies, no? Ang daming software na pwede mong gamitin. Even your SPSS, you can also use that for sample size calculation. So ito yung number 1 pa rin si G-Power. So you can download G-Power. So usually free lang siya, yung iba hindi siya free. So I give you the website, the URL where you can visit this website, no, para ma-download mo si G-Power. So let me direct you with the G-Power. Hindi ako nagre-present, no? Tama ba?
Wala, sir.
Wala, sir.
Did you hear my
Yes,
did you hear my
Yes, sir.
So ito yung mga pinagsasabi ko kanina pa lang. So you have ito yon, yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung Sloven's formula. Can you see it now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yun.
sir.
Okay? Tandaan na, ito yon, sample size about Sloven's formula. So ito yon, nagko-converge siya, so hindi na siya reliable. So based on simple random sampling without replacement formula, so ito yon siya. So again, warning. Ito, warning. Nakikita niyo yung warning. You cannot use them. You cannot use Slovens among the following inferential test. No, yun yung sinabi ko. No, from the point of view of Yamane, it was really Yamane who devised it. And Slovene cannot be found in the literature of statistics. Then ayun yung mga sinabi ko about Slovene's formula pa. Sangkap study at Pasuderio. Ang author na nag-study si Tejada and Ponsalan, and their paper, the name of their paper na na-publish is On the Misuse of Slovene's Formula, published in the Philippine Statistician Journal. And there's a lot of way of calculating the sample size. So let me introduce to you the G-power. And DDC is using this one in calculating the sample size for all inferential statistics. Pag gumagamit ka ng mga inferential stat, please use G-power. G-power is just the name of the software. Parang brand ba? The generic name is Power Analysis. So let me draw your attention how to calculate the sample size in using G-power. You can download this one. Sandali lang for the calculation. So this is the G-power. Asan na yung G-power? Ito, G-power NT. Free lang ito. You can download it by your own. Okay, can you see my interface? May makita kayo. G-power. Okay. May mga test family yan siya. Okay? Let's say for example, sir, correlation na lang yung study ko. How many samples do I need to have? May mga family yan siya. So, yung correlational, under siya sa exact test family. Okay? Sa type of power analysis, you may use a priori. Kasi marami yan siyang types. I'm using the a priori. Sometimes I use post hoc. So, I will explain what is the difference between post hoc at saka a priori calculations of your sample size. Then we need to input tails. So, meron kasi tayong dalawang klaseng tails of distribution, 1 and 2-tailed. So, if you are using null hypothesis, use 2-tailed. Okay? Then sometimes I set as default ang 0.3. Then may mga primary ingredient ito. We have alpha error. Let's say for example, my alpha error is 0.05. Then the power is ang passing score kasi ang appropriate power natin, statistical power is 0.80 and above. So beyond 0.80, it's not a good indication, no? So again, you can set your power 0.80 and above. Let's say for example, 0.90 ang gusto ko. Then I will click calculate. So ang lalabas dito, total sample size, you need only 112. If you set your power into 0.90 and alpha error of 0.05. Sir, let's say for example, in a total population, meron akong available na 120. So sabi ng G-power, 112 lang pwede mong gamitin. Naintindihan? Sir, halimbawa, 112 tapos nagpa-answer na ako, nag-conduct na ako ng study ko. Let's say, nabawasan siya, sir, ng 2. O, ilan na lang? 110. Nabawasan siya ng 2. Sir, kasi sir, initially, our computation is 112 ang nirecommend ng software. Kaso nga lang, sir, nag-atras ang 2. So, let's say, i-question ako ng panel ko, is it 110? Okay pa din. Is it still sufficient to represent as a good sample in your study? How to answer that one? How to justify? Kung ang 110 pa ba, sir, okay pa ba gyapon siya gamiton? Kasi originally dapat 112. Do you get my question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how to justify that by using the G-power calculation or the power analysis? We can use post hoc. Kasi post after na nahitabo na, no, after the study. So we can click this one, post hoc. Titingnan natin yung sample size na 100, pila to? 110. Natanawa na to. Sir, ang 110, okay pa ba na siya gamiton? Titingnan natin kung makapasaya po niyang power. We will check the power. So if you will click calculate, the answer here is 0.89. Ano nga yung passing natin sa power, statistical power? Answer me. What is our 0.80%, no? Or 0.8 and above. Okay, again, what is our passing range sa power? Everybody speak up.
80 and above.
Ha? Nailagay yung 15. What is the answer again? What is our acceptable power? Statistical power?
0.80 and above.
Okay. 0.89. Is it acceptable? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Acceptable pa ba siya? Dili. Yes or no? Acceptable pa ba kung 0.89?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
110, okay pa ba siya gamiton? Masing nabawasan na siya, which is originally dapat 112. Yes or no? Okay pa ba? Can I still
Yes,
continue?
Yes po.
Okay, the answer is yes, because the power is still within the normal range. And so forth. Okay, ano pa ba? As I promised, no, okay, we have ended our lessons sa stat. Do you have any concern? Do you have any questions about statistical techniques? Do you have any concern? Questions in your mind about the use of SPSS? Any problems? Okay.
Wala sa.
None na, sir.
So are you ready now? For example, if you reach thesis 1, and you will encounter bulky data, no? Let's say you want to run correlation by your own. Are you confident?
Slides, ay, abat lang.
But my point here, do you understand? Do you understand the parametric at saka kailan gamitin ang non-para?
Yes, po.
So now, it is a big challenge for you to educate others, no? Na pag sinabi mong correlation, kasi ito ang nangyayari, no? Talamak ang paggamit ng mga Pearson R. Nakarinig lang ng correlation, Pearson R lang na. Di ba? Are you sure? There is, di ba? Nag-talk na ta. There is non-parametric at parametric equivalence. So maybe if you encounter that one, no, you need to correct, no? You need to correct. Okay? Kasi before they're not aware siguro with the parametric assumptions. They are aware with what so-called central limit theorem. I think na-discuss ko na, no? Sa central limit theorem kasi, they believe na based on literature, central limit theorem believes that if yung sample respondents mo umabot ng 100 or more than 100, sinasabi ng central limit theorem na okay na tayo magamit o parametric test. But some point, hindi siya 100% sure. No? Ano yung sinabi ko? Central limit theorem. Ito yun, no? Central limit theorem. Hindi pala dito. Central limit theorem. I will just project it na central limit theorem. Central limit theorem. Dali lang ha. Before I'll end pala, no, isa na lang yun. Give me another, just to make sure, no, that you will not mislead others by the use of the about normality of data. Ito yung concern nila why in some other school or in their school they are using this principle in statistics. Now, can you see it now? central limit theorem, no, based on the literature, ginagamit siya na paraan, no, na para matakasan nila yung parametric assumption. No, kasi naniniwala sila, if you're adherent to this one, na, umabot na sa 100, more than 100 na yung respondent ko, edi, okay na. Assume na lahat, no? Satisfy na lahat ng parametric assumption. Ganun yung paniniwala ng central limit theorem. That is why, at some point naman, no, pag masyado na siyang madami, usually nangyayari based on my experience, dapat medyo madami. 100 or more, there are some point na non-normalize. Pero at some point, kahit 100 nga, based on some studies, hindi siya normal. So 50-50 pa rin. Ang question ko lang, why they are using central limit theorem if, for example, sa software, meron namang normality test, ira na lang DI. Ano mahadlok man mo ran kung dili normal o dili siya normal. No? What is the purpose of developing a software na may inclusion doon na normality test if magamit lang data tanan o parametric? Usually, ginagamit ang central limit theorem sa mga SEM, no? Like moderation analysis, mediation, you can use that because at some point, they need a large sample size that if you follow that one, the distribution may approach sa gitna at the center, making it a normal distribution, a continuous data follow a normal distribution. But again and again, in some tests like correlation, regression, maghinay-hinay lang sa paggamit ng mga parametric test. Ito yung nangyayari before. They really appreciate so much, they're very in love with CLT or central limit theorem without realizing na there are a lot of tests we need assumptions that we need to follow. Ayan. So dapat, no, since you have this sound knowledge na about statistics, no, whether what to choose, parametric or non-parametric, no, it's now your time to maybe to educate them in a nice way, tell them what is the proper statistics based on their SOP, based also in their research design. Okay? And what sample size calculation should they use, no? Kasi sa publication, mind you, if you publish your paper, no, that is why talamak ang desk rejection sa publication because of wrong statistics. Again, wrong statistics is the one of the major reasons. Yeah. So I hope that before I'll end, no, you have learned something, that I advance your knowledge about statistics. Any questions before I proceed with my last instructions for the sixth week? Any questions so far? Wala. So ganito, we will not be meeting sa 6th week. Dapat manggod na our tradition is to have a exam, no, every last week, no. In your sa last meeting, yung subject, did you have your exam?
No, sir, kanang
Required.
Depende, sir. Nag-depend.
Research title.
Proposal
different.
So sige, di na lang tamag written exam. I will group you, no? Give me ample time to group yourself. Kasi may mga student manggod na wala gid siya sa listahan ko every time mag-check og attendance. Example kaning si Ado wala man, so kana ko ni panggot na.
Kana si Ado, sir, tung sa research pa na wala na gyud na siya.
Wala na gid ni siya.
Yes,
So
sir.
this -1. Sige. Sige, so kindly wait for my final i-group na lang tamo. But there's individual grading, no. I will there is a hypothetical case. You need to run by SPSS. I will group you. There's an instruction. I will give the instruction. Isend na ako ang link. Then the submission would be ano yung next subject after statistics inyo?
103 ay 10.
Kay Doc Omran,
Doc
sir.
Omran, sir.
No?
Kay Doc
So
Omran, sir.
Last week natin is 26, right? October 26. Tapos, maybe you can submit it November. November 2, kalag-kalag man eh. November 3, pwede siguro. Monday na lang, November 3. Kaya? Or before November 3, kung papaspasan, kung kaya ninyo, much better. So, November 3 until 9 p.m. only. Can you do that? You have 1 week pa, no? More than 1 week to prepare. So, kindly, kay grupo man eh, no? So, there's an individual grade at saka group grade. Okay? Can you follow? So, I will send a file. Just give me more time to arrange my file. Then, I will post the groupings.
Ay, ikaw lang magrupo sa mo, sir.
Oo, ako na lang mag-grupo. Okay, nasa akong list. Okay? Before anything else, before the mag-end, kindly, kindly open your camera for a while. Can we have a picture taken?